5 before the top of the hour. Barry Gordon is visiting his once-a-month visit, and you look very spry this morning and bright and alert. You've had your exercise, haven't you?
Yeah, I've been out for a good morning walk. It was terrific.
Yeah, that's good. Well, Barry, you're here too, of course, from Gordon's Estate Services, always giving us some advice about things like that. But what about difficulties? Some of the difficulties that you've discovered from folks who are living alone and in their later years, one of their members of their family have passed away, and they find themselves alone in some great difficulties. What happened? What's in your experience?
Yeah, there's some. We're seeing more and more really more complex situations that are coming forward. Certainly, loss of a spouse due to illness or death. We're dealing with a lady now in a city quite a ways from here, whose husband passed away, and he made all the decisions in her family. And so, all of a sudden, she's put into a spot where she's got some mobility issues and health issues herself. But she's got to go from a big house, find different accommodation, and really hasn't dealt with any of the financial aspects of anything before. It's all brand new to her. Very, very big challenge. But the other thing we're seeing more and more of these days are situations where a family member or one spouse or the other has had an Alzheimer's issue or a dementia or a memory issue, and so they've had to go into some kind of respite or care, long-term care. And then the other spouse is dealing with the same kinds of issues, and it's a different kind of loss. And it's even more complex in many cases because you're making decisions around, what's the right thing to do under the circumstances, being that we're all still, we're still alive, we're still here, but it's complex because, while they're all here, one's not physically in the same location, has completely different needs.
What's scary about the whole thing is that this is facing all of us.
Oh, yeah.
We're eventually going to have to face these problems and try to overcome these difficulties.
We are. And you know what else we're seeing, Jack, now? Another layer is we're seeing families where there's a second marriage. The second marriage may be 20 years in at this point. And now we're being separated by Alzheimer's or something along those lines. And there are two families of disparate adult children who each have responsibilities for their parent, and they're trying to get along with the other family that they really were never close to because they're really the parents got together at a stage where the kids were all grown up and separate.
That's something I hadn't considered.
Yeah, lots of complexities and challenges, and my advice on the straight up for everyone is, think about what your needs are and think about who you need helping you make those decisions. And the textbook cookie cutter kinds of solutions aren't necessarily the right kinds for you. And, we thrive on dealing with those kinds of complexities.
Every day.
Every day.
Thank you, Barry Gordon from Gordon's Estate Services.
Thanks, Jack.
Always a pleasure to have you on the show.
You bet.